cake seeps into the cracks around the cupboard doors. I do not move from my space. I cannot move from my space, not even when the marauders leave. Not even when they return hours later, ransacking whatever goods they haven't already destroyed. They pillage my shelves, then open every cupboard until they find mine. A man twice my size seizes my arm and drags me into the street. I fight him, screaming and raking my nails over his skin. He hits me with something, the hilt of a knife perhaps, and my vision seesaws. He drags me to the village square, half by my elbow, half by my hair, tearing my trousers over rock and road the whole way. I try to wrestle away, but it rips hair from my scalp, and I see his sword in my face, feel its blade against the side of my nose. Fresh corpses litter porches and alleyways, militia and not. My stomach clenches, and bile burns up to my tongue and back down again. My vision grays and clears. Grays and clears. The marauder releases me and a cluster of other townsfolk just off center of the town square. I count them, desperate to identify familiar faces. None of them is Arise's. None of them is Frank's. We total a baker's dozen. 4 marauders, black from the bridge of their noses to their feet, surround us. They bear blades of different sizes and makes. One has a short spear fastened to his back, and another has a round weapon I've never before beheld on his belt. Somewhere behind me, a man screams a high, wet sound. I shut my eyes and cover my ears with my hands. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. I know who it is, though. Because the woman beside me screams and leaps to her feet, wide-mouthed, running to her beloved. I know she has no brothers, only a husband. The marauder with the spear strikes her down, and only my own tears save me from the full brunt of the murder. I bite down on my own scream, not wanting my blood to mingle with hers, not wanting these men to kick me out of the way as though I were a broken doll, the way they do to her. 3 more marauders approach our huddle as the sun begins to set, throwing 2 more men into our ranks. Both look close to me in age. Of all of us, Bar, the man who runs the smithy near my shop, is the oldest at 35. The youngest is... The thought flees as I recognize the bloody face of one of the men and gasp, "Talk," I whisper, hoarse. The spear-carrying marauder turns toward me, and I huddle down, hiding my face in my hands, waiting for a blow. I don't hear it. Smoke wafts into my nostrils as the guards light torches. I lift my head to see Cleric Tuck lying on his back near me, his eyes closed, blood from his nose streaking his chin and cheeks. I hold my breath, searching for his. Cry tears of relief when I see his chest rise and fall. "Cleric Tuck," I whisper, so quietly even I can barely hear it. I eye the 2 guards nearest me and inch forward on my knees, swallowing. I reach out a hand and touch his black hair. "Tuck." He groans. His eyelids flutter, but when he looks at his surroundings, there is no recognition in his gaze. 2 rough, peachy-toned hands grab my shoulders and haul me back. A scream dies in my throat, and I kick out as the grip tugs me away from the group. I drop down to my knees, and a 3rd hand shoves my head forward, while a 4th and 5th tie fraying rope around my wrists, pinning them to the small of my back. The hand on my head shoves me onto my side, cracking my head on the cobblestone of the square, and 2 of the marauders go back to the circle for Bar. The blacksmith is larger than both of them, but doesn't struggle when they bind him. He doesn't want to die either. "Strellis, anyone, help us," I pray, closing my eyes and thinking against the throbbing in my skull. My prayer feels weak and heavy, like it hits a glass wall not too far above my beaten form. They tie Cleric Tuck last